Trump's council received your name first. Theme and energy. What happens when the halls of power whisper your name before anyone else? In this explosive message, discover how the chosen one's journey has reached the highest tables, your name arriving on Trump's council before all others. While most people wait for recognition from the world, you've been recognized by destiny itself. Doors once locked by politics, influence, or even fate are swinging open because the universe has put your calling at the top of the list. In this video, we break down the spiritual and prophetic meaning behind having your name received first by the council. What this means for your purpose, your influence, and your future. It's not about politics, it's about divine order. Learn why the spotlight is shifting to you and how every obstacle has only prepared you for this moment of historic elevation. Are you ready to step into rooms you never imagined, shape decisions that impact millions, and wear the invisible crown you were always meant to carry? This is your confirmation. It's not random, it's destiny. Subscribe, comment your thoughts, and claim your season of influence. Just chosen. March divine timing. Trump Council. Spiritual elevation. Destiny. In moments when fate decides to move on your behalf, the energy around you shifts in ways nobody can predict. Without warning, doors that were bolted shut begin to open, and the impossible suddenly feels inevitable. News of your ordeal has reached the ears of someone whose resources know no limits, a person fueled by a passion for justice who now stands ready to champion your cause with everything at their disposal. Simultaneously, the secrets your adversaries clung to are unraveling at lightning speed, their shadows dragged into daylight for all to witness. As this unfolds, a wave of abundance is quietly gathering, preparing to wash over your life and transform every landscape you once called familiar. Those who tried to challenge your path had no idea you were crafted for victories beyond their comprehension. This is what it looks like when destiny steps in, realigning every thread that tried to knock you down. Within the sanctuary of your own making, everything flourished in divine order. Relationships, projects, and dreams grew strong and steady, bringing joy and peace wherever you set your hands. Yet for some watching from the sidelines, this was too much to bear. Their envy curdled into obsession, and they orchestrated a campaign of sabotage so detailed it would make any strategist pause. 10 moves, each executed with chilling calculation, designed not just to wound, but to erase. They recruited investigators, spun false identities, infiltrated your professional world, and turned trusted connections into weapons. Lies were woven into your family. Businesses were undermined. Reports were fabricated. Allies were manipulated. And your very foundation was attacked with relentless intent. Each move landed with the weight of a carefully planned ambush, all meant to leave you stranded and powerless. Yet woven into your spirit was something no adversary could anticipate or decode. A resilience that isn't just protection, but transformation. Where others might see disaster, you experience refinement. Every blow intended to shatter you becomes the pressure that shapes you into something stronger, clearer, and more unstoppable. Just as you gathered the fragments of what they tried to destroy, a hidden orchestra was playing in the background, composing the next act of your breakthrough. Unknown to your opponents, someone close to their camp was observing with a wary eye, and when betrayal turned inward, this person began to gather proof, recordings, documents, confessions that would soon ignite a chain reaction. Federal agencies started taking notes. Digital experts traced every erased file, and layers of conspiracy were peeled back one after the other. Footage, emails, financial trails, all of it meticulously compiled until the case against your attackers became undeniable. The tables began to turn in a way no one could have scripted. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. While the plotters thought their threats would silence everyone, they never expected those forced into silence to become the architects of their downfall. A chorus of voices began to rise. 17 people who had been watching from the margins, each holding a piece of the puzzle. Blackmail had kept them quiet, but your courage inspired their truth. Their testimonies, when combined, painted a picture so vast and so damning. The very foundation of the campaign against you started to crumble. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. The battle moved to new ground. A legal team with an undefeated record stepped up, personally invested and determined to right every wrong. They poured their resources into your defense, assembling a force that could not be intimidated. As journalists connected the dots to other high-profile betrayals, the world's attention snapped to your story. Filmmakers clamored to document your rise, and streaming platforms planned to broadcast your vindication to millions. A renowned PR firm, known for its flawless record in restoring lives, stepped in, not only to clear your name, but to help you emerge stronger and more celebrated than ever before. Your identity, once targeted for destruction, was now being rebuilt into something untouchable and admired, a beacon for others who dare to rise when everything is set against them. There's a unique kind of power in those who rise from adversity with every thread of dignity intact, and you've now stepped into a realm where reward comes not from luck, but from destiny aligning in your favor. The magnitude of what you lost has been fully recognized by experts, and soon every loss will be eclipsed by an outpouring of abundance you couldn't have predicted. Calculations of what was taken from you have now become the seed for a harvest so large, your old struggles will feel like a distant memory. With one decision, an industry leader wants you on their team, offering rewards and benefits beyond anything you previously imagined. The same individuals who once watched from the sidelines are now stepping forward, eager to connect and support you, building a network stronger than ever before. Relationships that faltered during your hardship are returning with renewed devotion, and the foundation beneath your life is being reconstructed with an energy that feels almost otherworldly. At the same moment, those who plotted your downfall are watching everything they once valued slip through their fingers. Their actions have come to light, and every safeguard, every illusion of stability is collapsing around them. As former supporters withdraw and family ties dissolve, the ground beneath them disappears, leaving them with nothing but the consequences of their own choices. Where they once schemed, there is now isolation. Where they once spoke, there is only silence. The truth is, those who endure the harshest fires are often the ones marked for something greater. To be misunderstood or pushed aside was not a curse, but a sign that you were born to navigate darkness and return with wisdom others could not see. In circles of transformation, souls gather, people who've walked away from the ordinary to follow a calling that only a rare few understand. Here, you find camaraderie, clarity, and shared experience. This is a realm not for everyone, but for those brave enough to let their struggles become the blueprint for others. With the collapse of deception, the world now witnesses the real cost of cruelty. Every connection, contract, and reputation your adversary once had is unraveling. Friends who once looked the other way are now standing against them. Stories of similar betrayals are emerging, painting a picture that cannot be dismissed or rewritten. Their credibility is gone, stripped away by the undeniable evidence amassed against them. What they lost is not disappearing into the void. It is being woven directly into your narrative, fortifying your future. Opportunities, influence, and community that once belonged to another are now becoming yours by right. Doors that were previously closed are now swinging open. Invitations, partnerships, and offers flow your way with a sense of divine orchestration. The universe, it seems, has chosen to reroute what was meant for them into your hands, ensuring that every gain is both restoration and reward. From this turning point, layers of protection are surrounding your new life. Systems are in place, spiritual, legal, and financial, to safeguard every corner of your world. Threats that once kept you up at night have been neutralized. What you learned in your darkest moments is now wisdom you share with others, guides and strategies that will help thousands rise from their own battles. The strength and clarity that came from pain now serve as a shield not only for you, but for people you may never meet, as your story becomes part of a greater movement toward resilience. As this narrative unfolds, communities of survivors are looking to your journey for hope. Professionals, healers, and even leaders who once felt defeated are studying how you moved through the storm and emerged transformed. Those who have endured similar attacks are reaching out, not only to offer support, but to join forces. Even those with immense power and resources see you now as one of their own, a peer who passed the test of character that can't be faked or inherited. You're stepping into rare circles, where those who have walked through the fire recognize each other without words. Industry leaders want your insight, business visionaries seek your partnership, and your perspective is in demand on platforms that reach millions. Your lived experience is no longer a story of hardship, but a source of power that commands attention, trust, and respect. As your reach expands, your message becomes one of justice and hope, echoing far beyond the original scope of your struggle. On a personal level, everything that was shaken is being restored with supernatural speed. Well-being is returning, both body and mind. Old wounds heal, and new energy floods in. Doubt and worry are replaced with a clarity that seems almost miraculous. The weight that once held you down becomes the drive that launches you into new seasons of purpose. Confidence takes root where there was once anxiety, and the world responds to your resilience with opportunity after opportunity. Relationships and connections lost during the attack are being replaced with bonds of real strength. Genuine people who value your truth, recognize your growth, and seek to support your future are gathering in your orbit. New colleagues and mentors appear with perfect timing, multiplying every positive move you make. Your social world is being redefined, filtering out those who drain and welcoming those who build, ensuring that every connection amplifies your energy rather than takes from it. What once felt like the end of your story is now the beginning of something too powerful to describe. You are no longer defined by what happened to you, but by what you chose to become as a result. And the rewards, tangible and intangible, are only just beginning to arrive. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. Those who rise from adversity carry a rare magnetism that draws blessing and provision into their lives, as if the universe itself is eager to repay every loss with surplus. Fresh avenues of income are opening with a precision that feels nearly orchestrated, as if your presence itself has become a beacon for wealth and collaboration. Unique alliances and business ventures are coming your way, each one seeded by the strength of your story and the integrity you showed under pressure. Unexpected flows of prosperity begin to appear from places you never thought to look, creating a financial landscape that reflects your elevated position and causes others to marvel at your turnaround. There are moments in history when someone's victory becomes a living legend, and you've stepped into that kind of legacy. Your journey out of hardship is already being spoken of as the blueprint for overcoming the worst that malice can deliver. Future generations will learn from the principles you lived: resilience, unwavering self-respect, and unbreakable trust in truth. What you've survived and achieved will be referenced by teachers, mentors, and seekers for decades to come. A living document for those who find themselves under siege. The balancing of cosmic scales has now moved from theory to reality. The damage inflicted on your soul, reputation, and finances is being recalculated into tangible recompense, amounts so significant they upend the very foundation of your adversary's world. Media outlets that once ignored your voice are now running front-page corrections. Journalists are piecing together the breadth of the conspiracy against you, exposing those who once hid in shadows. The evidence now arriving is so undeniable that your public vindication will sweep through every sphere you touch, ensuring your good name shines brighter than ever. In the midst of this great awakening, you're discovering new dimensions of your abilities. Challenges that once threatened to crush you have awakened leadership instincts, sharpened your communication, and honed your intellect to new heights. Unused talents are surfacing at just the right moment, revealing capabilities you never suspected were within you. Every hardship has been transformed into a skill set that now opens doors previously closed. The impact of your ordeal has become a case study, not only for your own healing, but for the future of many others. Guardians and mentors across the globe are learning from your example, weaving your lessons into their own protective strategies. Your experience is quietly being built into the very foundation of how others will defend themselves from attacks yet to come, ensuring a safer path for those who follow. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. The transformation within you is sparking change in others who hear your story. Quiet courage in one heart becomes fuel for bravery in another. Your unwavering resolve is inspiring those who thought they'd never stand again. The ripple of your tenacity is being felt around the world. Your journey is the catalyst for dormant power to rise in others, proof that restoration is not just possible, but inevitable for those who hold fast to their truth. As for those who tried to orchestrate your downfall, the consequences now being delivered are inescapable. Doors that once welcomed them are closing forever. Their ability to harm, influence, or deceive is evaporating before their eyes, leaving them to face the emptiness created by their own choices. Relationships, careers, and social circles are dissolving, and the isolation they planned for you becomes their own undoing. Their most loyal allies are turning away in disbelief as irrefutable evidence comes to light, and apologies begin to arrive from all directions, too late to reverse what has already been set in motion. The clarity of your innocence has erased every doubt, and the legacy of your ordeal will endure as proof that truth cannot be buried, only delayed. You've done more than reclaim your power. You've become a lighthouse in the storm, a source of strength for countless others, and a living testament to the unstoppable force of genuine resilience and grace. ChatGPT. Every time a door swings open for someone whose character stood firm in the storm, the world takes notice, and so do the architects of fate. New pathways appear, some so unexpected they seem handpicked by destiny itself, precisely because unwavering resolve was shown when it mattered most. What once seemed unattainable is now within reach, as those in positions of influence seek out individuals who proved themselves when pressure was highest. Even adversaries, unaware, become the architects of your expansion, their resistance unwittingly setting the stage for your most remarkable achievements. The outcome of your ordeal has become a guiding light for countless others. Precedents are being set in courtrooms nationwide as your victory reshapes the landscape of justice for anyone facing similar battles. Law schools are making your experience the gold standard for those who study how truth overcomes coordinated deception. The hard-won wisdom forged during your journey is now a permanent part of your being, fueling discernment and strength that will shield you from harm. The education you endured was costly, but it has crowned you with honors no institution could ever offer. Through this all, revelations have come to light that send shockwaves through every community involved. Investigators and psychologists have revealed the level of intent and skill behind your adversary's campaign, a campaign built not just on petty malice, but methodical, cold calculation. The patterns exposed show that you were not an isolated case, but the latest in a long line of targeted victims. Their tactics, meticulously crafted and deeply damaging, have finally met their match. This web of manipulation is unraveling, and the truth about these orchestrators is surfacing in ways no one can ignore. With evidence mounting, authorities are now reclassifying your case as a matter of federal concern. Long-hidden crimes, once cloaked by false identities and fabricated reputations, are being unearthed. The money and power they wielded, once thought untouchable, are now evidence of a double life built on deception and theft. Even the most seasoned professionals are stunned by the intricate details of the schemes, records kept, personalities mapped, attacks planned with chilling precision. Their history of harm stretches back years, and now every victim's voice is being heard. This breakthrough is not just personal justice, it has ignited a movement. Others who suffered in silence are finally stepping into the light, finding community, support, and language for what they endured. Lawmakers are taking note, pushing for new protections and legal reforms to keep future generations safe from this kind of psychological warfare. Media attention is sparking change at every level, and the conversation is only growing louder. As your story travels across platforms and continents, it is reshaping what people believe is possible. Social networks are buzzing with your comeback, and communities are forming to learn from your example. What was once a private ordeal has become a source of hope for the many who recognize themselves in your struggle. You are building infrastructure for healing and defense that will serve countless people for years to come. Just like a seed that gets pressed deep under the soil, pushed down by the weight of the world and covered by darkness, but still cracks open and rises toward the sun, because that is what it was created to do. So too, have you been pressed, misunderstood, and even targeted. Yet the very pressure meant to keep you buried has activated the hidden greatness inside you. There's a spiritual law written on the fabric of the universe. What tries to break you is what ends up building you. No storm lasts forever. No winter holds back the spring, and no force on earth, in the unseen realms or among mortal men, can prevent a chosen life from reaching its appointed harvest. You have to understand, when the opposition came against you, it was not just about petty drama or personal jealousy. It was the trembling of darkness as it sensed the magnitude of your potential. The higher your calling, the more resistance you attract. But resistance is not a curse. It is the refining fire that forges a vessel strong enough to carry the blessing that's coming. Every plot to trip you up, every whisper behind your back, every organized effort to cast doubt on your name was actually an announcement to the heavens. Prepare the table. The time has come for the elevation of the chosen. What your detractors didn't realize is that the universe operates on principles far beyond human manipulation. You can't plant bitterness and expect a harvest of joy. You can't send out arrows of destruction and expect to dwell in peace. Every intention, every act, every word spoken in secret, good or bad, returns multiplied. Not always when we expect, but always right on time. The trap they dug for you became the trench that caught their own feet. The nets they cast to ensnare your destiny have been turned inside out and become the very ladders you climbed to new heights. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. A legacy like yours becomes the reference point for generations who rise after you, proof that no dark scheme can eclipse the spirit that walks in clarity and purpose. Your journey, chronicled in detail and analyzed by minds yet unborn, turns into a manual of resilience and tactical brilliance for every soul who faces orchestrated adversity. The very strategies you developed in solitude are adopted by others who now understand, thanks to your example, that one person's triumph can light a path for many. Your success becomes a living monument, standing as testimony that again and again, unwavering truth subdues schemes designed in shadow. Sometimes, the hand of the divine becomes so visible in a life that no skepticism can dismiss it. The alignment of events, the timing of breakthroughs, the precision of justice, they all fit together with such uncanny symmetry that even the most logical minds have to pause. What unfolds in your story cannot be explained away by coincidence or luck. There is a sense of orchestration so perfect, so meticulous, that it reveals a higher intention at work. Those who attempted to tear down your purpose will soon see that what they challenged was not mere flesh and blood, but the living force of destiny itself, empowered and set in motion for outcomes that they could never hope to match. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early.